My favourite memory of this year has got to be Demon FM's Halloween hunt. It was just a perfect example of everyone working together to pull off a mad project. It was a big surprise. It all worked. It involved multiple people trying to run around the city, involving the audience and everything. And it was just a perfect display of the magic that student media can do.
Probably gonna have to go with the Halloween hunt that me, Joe and Rudy did with the help of all the guys at Demon FM. That was so fun because it's the first time I've ever really done something like that.
I think maybe freshers, because it was before all the stress of uni had probably started, and it was like the whole of like the new management teams. So everyone was kind of, not that people weren't getting along, but everyone was getting along really well, and everyone was excited, and we were all able to like enjoy the events as well as like film them and have the OBs going on. I think it was just a really exciting time because it was like the beginning.
My favourite memory of the year, or memories at least, would be working with Rudy, Ethan and Sam on the open days. I don't know why particularly, but I think just having a blast with them, doing lots of important work for the society, getting some people to sign up, having a chat about Demon and stuff, that was fun. I enjoyed doing that.
Holding our first magazine of the year in my hands for the first time, it really proved to me that I had nothing to worry about, that, you know, we had it in the bag and that it was going to be a great year.
Every time that these two have come home from a meeting or they've been aggravated by something, they come in and it's just verbal diarrhea at me and I'm like,
You're just outing us.
Jacob gets all the hot goss.
It's got to be throughout the entirety of Freshers. I really did enjoy working at Freshers because I was working the stage with a lot of amazing people, and yeah, so a lot of different things happen. There's not a specific one. I think I just have to choose like that entire time.
Probably the camaraderie we have on and off air during a show. So I had the opportunity to be on 3 separate shows, one on my own, and co-hosting 2 other shows, which was great. And I guess the pub quiz on a Monday where we had everybody, like we had 4 or 5 people sometimes on the show, and we just had a lot of fun. Me, Connor, Charlotte, Ray, Reese when he came in, and Dan and Tom.
My favourite memory of the year is probably when Léonie and I told Lawrence and the Cross Strand that we were going to take TV out of Demon Media and be a separate society. It was April Fool's Day and Dad went along with it, saying he was going to take FM out, and then they finally realised what day it is.
Took Lawrence way too long to figure out what day it was though.
I think he had a heart attack, I'm not going to lie.
Who's been an inspiration to me? I think my biggest inspiration this year has been Tom Fair. He's been an amazing deputy. He's been working with the team so hard all year. He's just a really amazing person and a force to work with, and that can't be played down at all.
I'm going to say Tom Fair. He's always been an inspiration to me in Demon. I've known him since day one, and he's so hardworking and also so non-judgmental. Like, you could tell him anything and he won't judge you for it, but he'll offer you his wise advice anyway. And he's very kind and he'll just try anything, and I'm going to miss him a lot.
I think my biggest inspiration this year is definitely my team. Being surrounded by all these amazing, talented, hardworking people really brings out the best in you, and it just has made this experience so much more worthy.
Charlotte McGlashan has been my inspiration this year. Literally, she started Demon this year, I think.
Yeah, I think so. A little bit, but mostly this year.
Pretty much a Demon fresher right now, and she's incredible. And she's going to be such a good station manager.
It's got to be Riggs, what a ledge. He's on before me on my show, and he always gives a shout out to my show coming up, like after his show. What a ledge, definitely. Inspiration wise, I'd say Yara, obviously, as with every year, because her work ethic is just something else. It's impressive.
I think my biggest inspiration this year has definitely been Reese. He has literally got podcasts like off the ground. He has been amazing with editing everything, also being there to produce shows. He's made sure he's been there every week. He really didn't like missing them. And then at the same time, he's made sure he's put so much effort into his uni work and got all that done. And I just think that's something we should all aspire to do, is put our best into everything.
Mine is kind of linked to Charlotte because they're friends. I think mine has to be Reese. No, it's definitely not Jacob. My inspiration of the year has to be Reese because he's just put so much time and energy into Demon. Nothing seems to have been like too much commitment for him. He spent like countless hours in the studios editing podcasts, teaching people how to do them, teaching people how to edit.
It's got to be Reese for me. I think he came into management and basically tackled a lot of different challenges along the way, and did a lot of incredible things, and did a lot of things that I didn't really see coming. It was kind of at the beginning of the year and he's already done so much.
I think the best thing I've learned this year is that teamwork really does make the dream work. If everyone works together as a team and everyone kind of gangs together to make something happen, it's going to be so good, and that's what I've seen all year.
Just to get better at FM. Really, I used to be so shy when I first started at Demon, but this year I've really kind of had the support behind me as well, and like the confidence in myself to just kind of research and try to be the best kind of producer and presenter and everything to do with FM.
What I learned from this year, how to edit. All jokes aside, probably how to lose a 500 quid capture card.
Not to lose a capture card, obviously.
I think the best thing that I've learned was, I learned it quite early on, was how to, this is going to sound really bad, but how to trust people, because I, at the beginning of the year, felt really nervous of letting other people in management just go off and do things, because I guess I was just worried that they weren't going to do things to the standard that I knew that I would have done. But then I soon realised that they were capable, and if not sometimes better than me. And I learned that just trusting people can sometimes bring out even more creativity in things.
A lot of people may have said this, but it requires a lot of work behind the scenes, and I think it requires a lot of teamwork as well. And it's not just people that you work with at Demon, it's also a lot of people that you work with outside, and sometimes these people can be really difficult to work with. Whether that's someone that, you know, approached you to do something, or you are approaching them to make something work, you just gotta do it.
I think to go with like learning stuff is that me and Léonie learned how to set up live streams, which is something I never thought I was going to have to learn. Not only learn and enjoy learning, but also have to learn. Like, it caused so many sleepless nights and arguments, and then Dan and Rudy lost the capture cards, so it was all for nothing. So.
I learned not to trust Dan and Rudy, but I also learned a lot about tech. Like, I could be at this point. Head of tech, I would not have got rejected for the role at this point. No, you want me, Lawrence?
The funniest thing that's happened this year, I think, has got to be when Minty turned up to an FM meeting and said, "Oh, some guys just said something really weird to me in the library." And we were all kind of thinking, "Minty, what's he said?" And she just said, "I was sat there at this table just yamming down a boiled egg, and this guy is staring at her for a while and just passes over a note on the table. She reads it and it just says, 'Fares on the egg.' So she just looks at it and then slides it back, and then he just stays there for another minute and gets up and walks away, and he didn't even open his book. Madness." We were laughing for ages in that meeting.
I think the funniest thing that happened this year was definitely seeing Daph dressed as Monty. That was hilarious.
Funniest thing? Oh, I think some of the socials were quite funny. I think the quizzes were quite good. I remember the quizzes being good. Good job on that, Catrina.
Probably when we did the Demon quiz for RAG, and I knew nothing. Me and Ethan had chatted beforehand discussing who was going to do which ones, and I thought, and in my head I was like, oh, I know so much about Demon. Came to the quiz and I knew nothing.
But I think the funniest thing, and a lot of people might agree on this one, Dan and Rudy, it might be the loss of the capture card. It was frustrating, devastating, and absolutely mind-blowing to say the least, because we couldn't find it anywhere and it was so weird. We literally had to become investigators at this point, and detectives, everything you want, just to figure out where the hell it went. And it's going to be the post that went up on Demon Out of Context about the capture card. That just killed me. I loved every single thing that went through that. So whoever did put that post up, nice work.
Not yet anyway. Dan and Rudy losing the capture card hopefully will be funny at some point.
I don't think I will ever find it funny. It's not something I will ever find funny.
I'll find it really funny when Dan comes back next year and is like, oh look, capture card was in my pocket.
There are a lot of funny moments that have happened this year, but I think the funniest has to be in my defence. When I dropped my phone down the toilet in Helsinki on a demon social night out, yeah, that was fun. It wasn't at first, but it made a good story, so it's probably the funniest memory I've got.
I think I'm gonna go with that, but also like the Halloween party we had, where Gav and Kika dressed up as Léonie and my boyfriend, and it was just brilliant because I had that my girlfriend.
Dressed up as your boyfriend as well.
I dressed up as my boyfriend. There was 3 of my boyfriend in that room, and it was a weird experience.
Especially when you accidentally came onto me and then you got really freaked out. I was like, it's me.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I don't know. I don't think there is a hardest thing this year. I think this year has just been an amazing journey working with the entire FM team to kind of make magic happen, to make fun things happen, to help people, to teach people. I just think it's been a great year.
I think the hardest thing for me this year was to have to say goodbye to so many talented people in our team. It was really great to work with them, but it was really sad to see them go. Still, I do hope that they, learned something from this experience and that at least they enjoyed it whilst they were here.
Conducting the 2 interviews over Facebook and juggling with the time zones, which I had to contend with. But it was all fun and games. It was brilliant.
Changing to do things within like lockdown, because we had to make the decisions of it was a hard decision to think, okay, we want to stop all shoots that we're going to do when we had RAG coming up, and that was a really hard decision. And we were able to overcome that in the end and do RAG from home. But it was really tough initially of thinking, this is how Demon's going to end.
Hardest thing I had to do was look for the capture card. 100%. And the pain of finding out that we had cost the Demons the wine at the DMAs. So, sorry about that, but luckily I guess it's not a big deal anymore.
The hardest thing I had to do all year was accept that things were cancelled and that I'm not going to get the opportunity to do the things that I wanted to do. So coming into this year as a Sports Society's producer, I just wanted to do varsity basically, produce it, do everything about it, and I was actually really excited, and it was also going to be my last RAG, so I really was excited to go through with that. And obviously when varsity got cancelled, that was like something that I've worked on basically since the beginning of the year, and it was really, really hard to grasp the fact that it was basically gone. Like everything I've put into it has just gone right now. I wouldn't say gone to waste, because I believe that whatever I learned from that experience will maybe help me later on in life. But that moment when you get the news about it being cancelled was really, really difficult, and I just had to go on, basically work on other things that were still going on at that time, and that was still really difficult.
This is gonna make me sound like a horrible person, but working with other people, like it kind of comes with the thing of like what I've learned is just that working with people, like everyone has such different opinions, and I think because me and Léonie are quite similar, a lot of the time we would have the same opinion, and we would be in conversations with people and not understand why they didn't see it the same way that I would see it. And I think that's quite difficult, is that even though it's not your idea and it's not the way you would have done it, it doesn't mean that it's a bad way of doing it.
This year in a sentence, I would say we were all in this together, simply because teamwork makes the dream work. We're all together doing something amazing, and I think that's the power of Demon.
I think I have a great quote for that. To dream anything you want to dream, that is the beauty of the human mind. To do anything you want to do, that is the strength of the human will. To trust yourself to test your limits, that is the courage to succeed. And that was said by Bernard Edmonds. We had big dreams for this year, and despite everything not happening exactly how we had planned, I feel like this was a good year overall, and that at least we've set some really good building blocks.
Quarantine sucks.
Oh, to sum up this year in a sentence, that's a hard one. It was just talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique. No, but in all seriousness, it was the best year of Demon I've ever had. I think, you know, the people that we've worked with, so much more to come, and just from everyone. So it's just been a very good year this year.
LGF. There's just going to be multiple sentences. I was going to say LGFU, let's go to the pub, I'm so stressed. That's kind of 3 sentences, but I'm going to merge it into one.
Different, but still amazing.
I'm stressed, how are we going to do the live stream?
Okay, so I just realised that I completely forgot to do the sum up your year in one sentence thing. So I guess there's only one thing that I can really say for this. Where the f*** is the capture card? What I'll miss about people leaving this year, probably that they were big characters. They were, you know, integral parts of Demon. I don't know really how it's going to work without them. And that they were all up for everything. You know, you put out a crew call, and most of the people that would put their names forward would be third years. So, God, wish us luck for next year.
Yeah, definitely the friendships. I think having been in uni for 2 years and being with these people for 2 years, and having them to look up to in Demon, it's definitely going to be the friendships, and just not seeing them like pretty much every day.
It's the camaraderie. Obviously, I got to know Connor and we've become quite good friends, and plus we share the love for drama, and I wish everybody all the best who's leaving. Hope they get the future that they want, because they've clearly worked hard for it, and we have a lovely little setup on Demon FM. So yeah, take care of everybody, and I wish you all the best.
I think the thing that I'm going to miss most about Demon now that I'm graduating is just this space to kind of be free to learn, create, make things, do things in just a perfect atmosphere to do that, where there's supposed to be no judgment. It's supposed to kind of be you can't really fail because you're just having fun. And I really think that's going to be something that I'm going to miss about university as a whole. So if you're not leaving Demon yet, please, for the love of God, do not waste your time, because the end of third year rolls around real quick.
I think the thing that I'm going to miss the most about Demon is, you know, feeling like I'm part of something or part of a community. When I moved to this country, it was quite a big step for me, but Demon really welcomed me with their arms wide open, so I'm never going to forget that.
I think the thing I'll miss most is probably the people, but being able to be creative with the people, because I've had some of my most fun times at university have been while I've been on shoots for Demon, or while I've been planning things for Demon, or like being at social. So I think I'm going to miss having the social aspect of things, because honestly I don't know who I'm going to be friends with when everyone is left, and it's okay, we may all be virtuals, but I'm going to miss being able to just send a message to the group chat and go to the pub.
What I'm gonna miss the most is the amount of things you could do at once. So you can write for the magazine while you're filming for TV, producing for TV, and also maybe helping produce a show on FM, or maybe recording a podcast or something. I think that was really, really important, and I'm obviously gonna miss everybody at Demon this year.
We've met all these people, and they're from so many different walks of life. Like, just look at the three of us here. I don't do anything to do with media yet. I've still done just as much as you guys probably have. You're basically from a foreign country, and then Alice is from the north. So all of us have been brought together through one thing, which is insane, because I don't think, you two probably would have met, but I don't think us three would have met if it wasn't because of this. And I think that's something that I am really going to miss.
Okay, so I think I've said it before, but apart from missing all the people, I think the thing I'm going to miss most is just being in the Demon FM studio, because it's like a home to me. I've been going in there and out of there for 4 years now, so it's going to be weird not going back to it, but I'm not going to get too comfy out of the studio, because I will get back in there, any kind of studio as soon as possible, but I will miss that studio.
Like Jacob was saying, like there was people in our first year that I missed so much in my second year, and then the people that I had left, they then left. So I think when we spent this year getting close to people because all of our other friends are gone, not that we wouldn't have got close to them anyway, but then spending such a short amount of time getting close to them and then suddenly have to leave them, I think that's probably what I'll miss the most.